You're watching First Local Midday.
Our next guest gave the gift of personal history and reflection to her family, and so can you. Author Diane Roblin-Lee, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Keisha.
And it turns out that you actually did not fill one of these books out for your family, but you've written to them in different capacities. But let's talk a little bit about To My Family, My Life. It's basically a blueprint that you've produced for other mothers to organize their thoughts to give to their families. Is that how you describe this?
Yes, it is. The reason why I haven't filled one out is because I've written a number of other books myself that totally contain my values, experiences, family history, and all of that.
You've expressed it all already.
I've done it all, but
Okay.
But for other people who haven't, I was cleaning out a drawer one day, and I was thinking about, I really felt as though we were going to be coming up to some tough challenges in our society. And I was thinking about the young people who I really didn't feel would be prepared for the challenges ahead. And then thinking about how we're losing really one of our greatest natural resources, which is the wisdom of our elders. And coupling...
It's funny, we were thinking the same thing, my mother and I, too. I'll
Really?
tell you about that a little bit in a bit, but please
All right.
continue.
Well, you know, quite often when people are there and available to give the wisdom to the young people don't want to hear it. They could care less. They want to do their own thing. They're perhaps a little hard-headed and have to
brush it off at the time.
Well, everybody has to walk their own walk. But I really feel as though there's going to come a time shortly when the young people are going to need to know some of the things that these people learned through the Second World War and during, times of hardship and so on. And often when people die, they maybe leave a few sticks of furniture or, a little bit of money, hopefully a lot of money. But,
heck, why not?
Right.
Yes.
But their essence is gone. Their hearts, their values, their experiences, their insight is gone. And so
What a great point you make. Yeah.
Well, if these young people come to the point where they need this wisdom
and
the people aren't available, they're going to have to struggle in ways that perhaps aren't necessary if they can learn from the wisdom of their... Yes. And so that's the idea of this. So there are over 40 topics in this journal that people can fill out that will share their hearts, their wisdom, their insight with their families and others, the upcoming generations.
I love this so much. I'm a journaler, I write, but I wouldn't think to cover certain topics. And if I did, in fact, want to leave something as a legacy, a message or about my values,
right.
It's not in there because I already know it. So I'm writing about, what's important to me right now.
Right.
This allows you to really reflect on those things that will help the next generation.
Well, exactly. For instance, if a young couple is having marriage problems and they think, how did Grandpa and Grandma make it to 65 years? How did they do that? Well, if Grandpa and Grandma have written it down in here, this is how you do it for 65
because you
years.
prompt
These
people
are the important
to
things.
think about these things.
Right.
Because we take them for granted a lot
or
of the
if
time.
they're struggling with finances, how did Grandpa and Grandma manage to live so well on so little? How did they manage it? And then, of course, there's a place for old family recipes.
I know, I was just going to say, that's a great one right there.
Sure.
The recipes, that's important. So have you, I imagine, a few people that have filled this out already, or is this brand new on the market?
No. Well, it's fairly new, but I do have people who are really enjoying filling it out too. It makes a great gift. I did hear one really sad thing the other day. Someone had purchased one of these for their parent.
Oh, don't tell me it was too late.
Yeah,
are you going to tell me that?
The person died, and when they were going through the things, they found the journal, totally virgin journal.
Oh, it wasn't even touched.
No.
What a
and
shame.
they were so disappointed.
Because it's one of those things. I was going to ask you, at what age do you recommend a mother, a woman? Yeah, but it is mostly for women, isn't it? Would you say?
No. It's
my relationship.
People usually get one for both parents, for the mother and the father.
So when would you recommend that someone take the time to fill this out?
I would recommend that I don't think that there's any age specification really for doing it, because one never knows, you know, and really life is such a process. You know, it's not as though you come to a certain age and, all right, you know, now I know everything, so I can...
Well, it's funny when people are young, like Britney Spears has an autobiography at the age of 25, you know, what's really going to be in there, right? So that's why I ask about the age, you know, at what point of the process shall we begin?
But the interesting thing is that people die at the point where they have accumulated the most knowledge, the most experience, and the most insight. And at that point they say, bye.
Bye now, and here are my words into my family, my life. Tell me, where can we get this book?
Well, it's available in bookstores. Actually, there's a brand new bookstore that just opened.
Yeah. Very quickly, because we got to go to a commercial break.
Faith Family Books.
Okay.
McCowan in the 401.
Okay, fantastic.
Or on my website.
Online, there we go. Your website being?
Yes.
bydesignmedia.ca?
That's it.
That's the one. Thank you so much, Diane.
Thank you, Keisha.
All right, we're going to a break. We're whipping up a fruity Mother's Day surprise when we come back, and later we'll review some of the top stories we're working on right now. Midday returns in just a few minutes. Please stay with us. Thank you.